Hello students, Miss Lockhart here. Before we color in our beautiful vases, let's practice this fun thing I call a value scale tornado. So essentially, what you're going to do is grab your colored pencils that you want to use, and we're going to do a fun little sketch before we work on our drawing. You want to start off by pressing down pretty hard with your colored pencil and going back and forth till you create a little space that's about 1 inch long. And notice now I'm pressing a little less hard, and the color I'm creating is lighter. So it's a dark red where I press down really hard, and then I release some of my pressure and did a medium value. So it's a little bit lighter, and it's a medium value of that red. And I'm going back over it just a little bit so you can really see that it's medium, and then below it's a light value. So we have dark, from hard pressure, medium, created with medium pressure holding your colored pencil, and a light pressure with just a very little bit of pressure when you're finishing your little tornado down at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to practice that a couple more times for fun. And once you get the hang of it, you're going to find coloring in this vase not to be too challenging because it's the same idea that we're going to do, but it's just not a tornado shape in the vase. It's more of a rectangular shape. So here I am doing it again with the green. I pressed down quite hard to create that dark value, pressing down medium for medium, and now light for the light value, and I'm making the little tip of my tornado get small so it looks kind of fun like a tornado. Okay. Now I'm going to use another color just so I get lots of practice. You can go ahead and do the same. Let's just make sure we're super comfortable with the amount of pressure we use with our colored pencil, because we want to create 3 different values: dark, medium, and light. So go ahead and just keep practicing a few times and follow along. Don't forget you can pause this video anytime you need. And then, in just a few moments, we will get started on our beautiful vases. I hope you had fun drawing the outline of those vases. It's going to be really cool when we're done with this drawing. We're going to add so many fun things to it. Okay, so now let's add some color value. Now in my drawing, you'll see I've already done 1 row because I wanted to make sure that we know to skip or alternate rows. So you can start at the top because yours won't have any color, or the second one after the top. And let's go ahead and start to color. Whatever color you chose is what you'll use. You can use any 2 colors that you want to choose. Now look how I've kind of outlined a rectangular shape on the left-hand side of that first row. So I've kind of made I've outlined a rectangular shape and colored it in nice and firm and hard so that it was a dark value. And now I'm just going to go ahead and bring my colored pencil over to the right side and just change my pressure as I move it down. So when I'm in the middle, it has a medium pressure, and when I'm to the far right, there's a light pressure. You can always go back over it if you want to make sure that your values look different. So make sure it looks dark, and then you see the medium, and then the light. You want to see the difference. So here I am outlining that rectangular shape to go ahead and color it in nice and dark, and don't forget to skip a line so that you can alternate with 2 colors. All right, so I've colored that rectangle in pretty nice and dark with a hard pressure. Now I'm going to do my medium value with medium pressure. And I'm going to kind of go over it a little bit here to make sure I'm not missing any white paper. And here I go over to the right-hand side with a little bit of a light pressure for that nice light value. And we're going to repeat these steps. Don't forget to skip a row. My rows are green between. Yours will be white, so you'll want to have white row, color, white color, white color, and then you'll go back over the white row next to your next color. So anyways, here I am doing that nice rectangular shape, good and dark, for that dark value, and now I'm going to go ahead and move over to the middle here with a little bit less of a pressure, and then light, a very light pressure. So you can see why it was so useful to practice those little value tornadoes, because it really helps you get a good grasp or grip on your the pressure with your colored pencil. It's good practice. Okay, so now I'm going to do the bottom here. Same way as before, it's just a smaller row because the shape of my vase gets smaller at the bottom. Dark, medium, and light. Okay. Now, as you have learned, value gives a shape, form, and makes it look more three-dimensional because value is created from light and shadow. So continue with your steps, and I'm reviewing my red rows here, making sure I see 3 different values, dark, medium, and light. You can look over yours again and make sure you can see a difference. Okay, once you're happy with your rows you did, now let's do the inside shadow that we drew originally. And it should be about a crescent shape, like the moon, but that's facing to the left. So it's a crescent. That crescent represents a shadow on the inside of the jar, because that part of the inside of the jar would not have any light hitting it. It would just be all shadow and darker. I'm going to continue my value over here, dark, medium, and light, but it's on the inside of the vase. Go ahead and take a look and see. If you're ever confused at all, you can pause the video and rewind it. So the inside of the vase is going to be light on the left because that's where the light source will hit it. And it'll be dark on the right because the light source cannot hit that spot because of the side of the vase. There we go. Now, you're going to repeat these steps in the vase, in the rows, with your second color now. Make sure you alternate. So one color after the other, and that'll alternate down to the bottom. It's going to look excellent. I cannot wait to see what colors you have chosen and to see your beautiful value on your vase. So just go ahead and color the outside of the vase today. It's a lot of work to finish doing all of those rows and that value, and we will look at this again once we finish coloring in the vase with colored pencils. Okay, great job everybody. Hope you had fun. And go ahead and finish your next rows with your new color. Now that you know how, because you've already done your first rows. And I'm going to grab my eraser, and now that I've done both of my colors, and this is where we're going to stop for today, I'm going to go ahead and erase any pencil lines, colored pencil lines that I might have accidentally colored outside of my line, my vase line, my drawing. So I'm just going to kind of tidy it up. I always like to do that after I use pencils to see if there are any smudges anywhere. Okay, everybody, hold on to your drawing. Cannot wait to see what you've made. Thank you, everyone.